All right, fellas. Well, after months of reading the most horrible rumors and incorrect leaks, we finally made it to Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. We all expected 4th gen remakes, especially like I said, with the amount of leaks and rumors we were getting. It's just that these type of 4th gen remakes is not what we were expecting, or at least wasn't what I was expecting at all. A chibi style 4th gen remake. Now, I'm not mad at all. I'm gonna play the heck out of these games, but there are a few things I dislike and a lot of things I do like too. So I really want to talk about that with you guys. I think we were all under the assumption we were getting like a Sword and Shield but 4th gen, just because how heavily, you know, there's Pokemon Go rating, there's Dynamax rates, so rating was just like a huge promoted thing, and it would have been unfortunate that Dynamax would have carried on. I know a lot of people dislike it, but it just seemed like the obvious route. Rating was just so big, and it really seemed like we were gonna get remakes just with the history of like XY to ORAS and all that stuff, and we were gonna be able to have a new remake game coincide with Sword and Shield. Like, that's what we were all under the assumption of, right? In a way, I guess I was subconsciously hoping that maybe we would get some type of 4th gen remakes, and the ability to transfer cut 4th gen Pokemon to Sword and Shield and vice versa would become a thing. I don't know if that's the case anymore. I mean, it is just an art style change, right? So even though there's chibis versus not chibis in Sword and Shield, I guess that doesn't mean technically we can't transfer back and forth, but we've only really seen Pokemon that were cut from Sword and Shield in the trailers, aside from like Porygon Z, which is awesome. And speaking about Porygon Z, I guess we'll just kind of transition into here. Porygon Z was actually not in the base decks of Diamond and Pearl, but rather was in Platinum. So people, including myself, are kind of theorizing like, yo, what if we get the expanded decks as the base decks like Platinum, and these are more Platinum remakes just called, you know, Diamond and Pearl? That would be really interesting. That would be freaking awesome, and it would just make the most sense. I mean, we even see a mystery event woman in Floamora Town who gives us the item to catch Shaman. So there's hope that mystery events are coming back too, which is freaking awesome and something I very hyped for. I mean, I know a lot of the kids, I'm sure a lot of you watching, never really got to experience in-game events. It's always like, yo, go to GameStop. Not even, actually, enter the code, bro. Just enter the code. There you go. Boom. And have the fun with the event. So this time around, we can actually, you know, experience an item, lore, traveling to an island to get a Pokemon, which is dope. And I'm really excited for you little Timmies to experience that. I mean, even the remakes themselves being chibi isn't bad to me. I mean, the graphics are kind of meh, but I mean, it's so early. I don't know how long they've been developing this. The game looks fine. It looks cute. It looks like Animal Crossing and Let's Go in one game, honestly. Link's Awakening, whatever. The only thing I don't like about the graphics isn't even like the models or the textures, whatever. It's just the lighting. Let's get better lighting. There are posts on Twitter and Reddit that I've seen that just make the game look really good. And again, it's such an easy fix. I'm sure they'll do it. There's no way they won't. Right now, the game looks kind of muddy in some areas, but in other areas, the game looks beautiful. And it looks exactly like I am, you know, imagining in my head that I hope they fix or whatever. So again, it could have just been a trailer thing. Not too big of a deal. I'm sure they'll fix it up. Why wouldn't they? The game's going to be awesome, hopefully. That is a critique I have, but they did a really good job, especially the scene with Valley Windworks. We could see like the honey tree and stuff in the top right corner, and it looks exactly like it did on the Nintendo DS. I've actually been doing a platinum playthrough, Nuzlocke or whatever, on stream. So my brain's a little refreshed with Valley Windworks, and yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I'm excited to see actually what Team Galactic with their bowl cuts look like in chibi style. It's actually gonna be pretty freaking hilarious. I'm actually very excited to see what the frick their haircuts look like. Holy cow. Anyways, yeah, I mean, just the Valley Windworks gives me a lot of hope for what the games look like. Another thing that was interesting too is in the trailer for, you know, Diamond and Pearl remakes, they're battling a Garchomp, which in the originals, you could not battle a Garchomp. You can only get Gibble, which was a grind itself, I remember. So that's interesting that we can actually battle Garchomp. So it's not really 1-to-1. That's thrown around a lot. So 1-to-1 would mean like it's exactly the same, just upscaled graphics. So people were saying like faithful 1-to-1 or whatever. But the fact that there's Porygon Z, the mystery event woman, Garchomp being able to be battled is very interesting. I'm very excited for the hopes that it is like a platinum thing, and maybe there are some additional positive changes. Speaking of like positive changes, or just like things that I hope they add or continue on 1-to-1, whatever. Underground, dude. Underground is so sick. You guys, I know you guys saw that in the trailer. I'm sure you hear all the boomers like me, if you haven't experienced it, talk about the Underground. The Underground was awesome. I hope they kind of like revamp the bases in a way to make it more customizable. Again, you know, listen. All right, this is gonna be a little far-fetched. No pun, LOL, cringe moment. No, I hope that they make it more like Animal Crossing, like where we can really customize our bases and stuff. You know, add chairs, sit around, have our friends come join us in the underground and stuff. And I also hope that when our friends join us, it isn't the clunky, annoying stickers and code password thing like Sword and Shield. Ugh. No, please. No, I don't like that. I mean, again, I'm such a boomer, I feel like, and I'm just complaining about the most minuscule things. The stickers, code passwords, and colors, and lighting or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I really just hope that there needs to be like an invite system. Remember that there was an update that came out for the Switch where it updated and allowed for game invites. I think that's really what we need. Let me just invite somebody who's my friend, whatever. Also, I will say the code thing was good though for people who are like content creators, because you can just invite somebody without having to go through the painful 120 seconds it takes to add somebody. But I mean, that's like what, 1% of the, not even 1% of the player base. So yeah, I hope we could just add somebody and invite them to our underground base or even our underground world. It would be cool with our underground world actually if there was like a set code and you could just give out the code and everybody can join your underground world, or friends can join. It's just an open lobby, like all your friends can just join up your game, like some type of Xbox PS4 type thing, you know, like you just click on the menu and it's just like join player session. I don't know. That would be cool. I don't even think you could do that though, unfortunately, but that would be really cool and like some type of update. And I mean, Pokemon is one of like the top dogs, if not the top dog on the Switch. So I mean, it wouldn't be too crazy that they would make an update just so that Diamond and Pearl could support invites and game joining sessions. I feel like the underground itself is going to be a huge factor just with customization. This is such like a cutesy wootsy game. I think it's going to capture a lot of like the Pokemon Go players, just like Let's Go did. Obviously Let's Go also had Go in the name. It had the catching thing like Let's Go, but it's just so casually inviting, if that makes sense. That might sound a little weird, but like it doesn't look too complex. Where if you look at Sword and Shield, you have like these, you know, this big area, you have all these things you gotta know. You got IVs, EVs, blah blah blah. Whereas a casual will look at Diamond and Pearl and just be like, oh, well, Chibi's cute. Oh my god, I want to play. I remember this game when I was a kid. I don't know. Again, like this is all just me theorizing and speculating on stuff, but let me know what you guys think. I'm pretty much just ranting at this point. Anyways, yeah, the underground looks freaking awesome. We got the decks and stuff we talked about, and going back to the one-to-one thing with like the story and stuff, I'm assuming they're keeping the story. There's not gonna be any story changes. Like Zinnia wasn't originally in like Oras or whatever. She was like added. There was no Delta episode. Or excuse me, Zinnia wasn't originally in Ruby and Sapphire. She was in Oras, and there was no Delta episode of Ruby and Sapphire, but obviously there is now. I don't know if we're gonna get like a Delta episode thing. That's actually interesting. I wonder if we will get a Delta episode for Diamond and Pearl remakes. I mean, we just had that cringe freaking Delta episode Arceus leak come out with the audio. I mean, it is chibi style and it is like really cutesy wootsy, so I'm not expecting like anything crazy, but a Delta episode would be pretty dope. And you know what's interesting too is Oras was like all chibi like too. Their heads were really big and their bodies were very small. And now we're getting the 4th gen remakes in the same fashion, so that's cool. And I got a Delta episode, so hey, I don't know, frick it. Speaking of Delta episodes, like getting Arceus, whatever, I wonder how Manaphy will work. You got Manaphy from Pokemon Ranger. So you get Pokemon Ranger, you play through it, they give you a Manaphy egg, and you transfer that to 4th gen, and you can hatch the Manaphy egg and get a Manaphy like that, something like that. But we don't really have Pokemon Ranger. Pokemon Ranger remakes confirmed. No, I'm just trolling. So yeah, I wonder how that'll turn out. I wonder if they'll add like a new NPC. Be dope. I mean, the story for Diamond and Pearl is freaking awesome regardless. I hope they added Distortion World if it is following Platinum decks and stuff. And I mean, if you look at the TV in the opening scene to the trailer, doesn't that look like the Distortion World spiral thing? I don't know. Maybe Legends Arceus will be more about the Distortion World, perhaps. And they're just gonna leave all the cutesy wootsy Animal Crossing big head stuff for Diamond and Pearl. I don't know. A lot of people are saying like, oh, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, the safe route, and Legends Arceus is the experimental route. I mean, whether that was or wasn't the intentions, that certainly isn't like a bad take, honestly. The things that I hope for or are more curious about is just how like the Pokemon tech will work. The little wristbands, it's confirmed, it's in the artwork, so we are getting like the Pokemon tech wristbands. That'd be cool if we could connect it with like a mobile app, like the Poketech just appeared on a phone or like a menu, so you can have it up on your phone while you're playing the Switch. That would be so freaking cool. I really want the Distortion World. The transferability with, you know, every Pokemon is something I would really want. I would like walking Pokemon too, like Pokemon to follow you. I don't know why they never do that. Like that should just be a thing they always do. And I'm just curious how Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, such a mouthful, will connect with other games. So I have a lot of questions. We don't really have a lot of answers, but I think I've kind of just ranted on and rambled on for long enough. So let me know what you all think if you got this far. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one soon, where we'll probably be talking about Legends Arceus. So yeah, anyways, appreciate you. Peace out.